As a leader, I've made more mistakes than I can count. Today, I want to talk about one of the biggest mistakes I've ever made, thinking it was my job to make everybody happy. I've been a leader for over 35 years, and I've made a lot of mistakes along the way. In fact, much of what I share in these videos and in my training comes out of those mistakes. You see, leadership is not a destination, it's a journey. And on that journey, we encounter all kinds of learning opportunities. And some of our most impactful lessons come from our missteps. Today, I want to talk about one of my biggest mistakes as a leader. It isn't strategic or tactical. It wasn't a single decision or action. It was a belief. It was a mindset. A belief that, if left unchecked, could have completely derailed my leadership. I thought that as a leader, it was my job to make everybody happy. Well, not only is this an impossible task, but it's also an unhealthy way to lead. But it's such an easy trap to fall into, especially for those of us who are recovering people pleasers. While I never verbalized that it was my job to make everybody happy, that mindset drove many of my decisions and behaviors. And it made sense, in a way. I wanted my team to feel good. I wanted them to enjoy working for me. I wanted them to be happy. After all, more satisfied employees are more productive, more engaged, and they stay longer. Not only that, I like them. I care about them. So of course I want them to be happy. I don't want them to be upset or stressed, and I certainly don't want them to hate their jobs. It sounds pretty harmless, and maybe even a bit noble. But the truth is, it's neither. You see, when the desire to make everyone happy becomes the dominant driver, it takes the leader to some unproductive places. We avoid anything that might make them feel uncomfortable, anything that might make them feel anxious or unhappy. So we put off difficult performance conversations. We withhold or sugarcoat information that could make them nervous. We make sure not to push them too hard, and we fail to hold them accountable. We pull back at the first sign that they might be unhappy or displeased. Ultimately, we make decisions that are not in the best interest of us, them, or the business. What I eventually learned is that instead of making everybody happy, the leader's job is to create and maintain a culture that helps us all become better. And if we are going to get better, that means sometimes I have to venture into areas that will make them and me uncomfortable. It means I have to tell the hard truths, even if they might upset them. It means I have to give them negative feedback, even when they are trying really, really hard. And it means that I have to make decisions that are going to be unpopular. Ultimately, if I avoid anything that might cause discomfort or make them unhappy, I will rob my team of growth. Growth never comes from avoiding difficult conversations or hard truths. It comes as a result of having those difficult conversations and facing those hard truths. I wasn't doing them any favors by withholding the tough stuff. I wasn't acting in their best interest, and I certainly wasn't being kind. Instead, I was harming them. I was putting a cap on their growth, and I was robbing them of the opportunity to become their best selves. And I was sabotaging my own leadership in the process. What I've learned the hard way is that I cannot be an effective leader by trying to make everybody happy. Growth requires discomfort. If you are leading and trying to make everybody happy, I can tell you that you are in for a struggle. Getting to a place where no one on your team is unhappy is impossible. The fact is, there's no way you can do it. You can never make everyone on your team happy, and trying to do so will only lead to frustration and maybe even an ulcer or two. So instead of trying to make them happy, work instead to create a positive, supportive culture, a culture where people can grow and thrive. Be a place where you can challenge them to achieve new heights. And then celebrate. Thank you for partnering with us as you find your lead. If this was helpful, drop us a note in the comments. Tell us about any ways of thinking that are holding you back as a leader. Also, hit the like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel for more leadership content.